interested to goal setting, ask yourself, why am I in this company? Why am I in this business? Okay? When you answer that question, it will help you to know how to maximize your being part of this business. It will help you to maximize how. But if you're just here, they said that if you don't plan, you're already planning to fail. When you don't plan, you're already planning to fail. A lot of people set up into a business environment and they don't have a laid down procedure of how they want to profit. So I will show you a very simple key of how, if you want to achieve $100,000 goal by December 2024, how you can make it a reality. Because this is the truth. I want you to listen to me. Dreams don't come to fulfillment. What are dreams? Nature in 2 months time, those things don't come to pass. All those things you want to do, they are mere wishes. So when we talk about goal setting is an engine that you will give to that thing you want to achieve so that it can become actualizable. But most people, even when they enable just wishes, you stay back and you want to get this, you want to own this. At the end of the year, you discover that you have not achieved anything. Why? Because what you have is just mere wishes. So what I've come to do is to help you to add wings and legs to those things you want to achieve so that you can achieve them by the end of the year. Are we together? All right. So first of all, the things you need to do, just like I said, is to develop a strong why. Opening my why you are in this business, it will help you to structure your how. Like I said, the first and most important thing is knowing your why. In my why, your how becomes easy. How do you say more than others? How do you succeed more than others? It now brings us down to knowledge, because knowledge is an advantage. Member A, carrying member B is because of what they know. It's because of the knowledge they have. Knowledge is an edge. Knowledge is an advantage. All right? I'm a young person. What distinguished me and made me a speaker was because I started committing myself to knowledge. I said that a beautiful black head, ignorantly read, is a lumper load. It therefore means that a big head with an empty brain is a big load to the body. You must learn to empty your pocket in your brain so that at the end of the day, your brain can fill your purse. You commit yourself to knowledge. You buy books. Yesterday night, I made an order of a book online, $45. You know the exchange rate, 1,600 and something. I bought 45. That is 50 something thousand. One book. There's a book I bought 70 something thousand. Why? Because you can't get. You have to order it online. You have to learn to read. If you like, be a market woman. You need knowledge. Because to add to what I said before, business need business opener. Every business requires a business. That's why some people prosper more than others in their business. All right. So in civil service, if you're a civil servant, there's business in civil service. So imagine because you're a civil servant, you are not in business. No, business is skill. Being able to be skillful. That's what brings variation in business. All right. There's an illustration in the Holy Writ, the scriptures. The Bible says that there was one poor man that used his wisdom to save a particular city from being besieged by their enemies. In the book of Ecclesiastes, the Bible said that no man remembered him because he was poor. In the same Ecclesiastes, he said that the labor of a fool wearieth him because he does not know the way to the city. The fool in that scripture is a hard-working fool. He said the labor of a fool wearieth him because he does not know the way. He's a laborious fool. He's hard-working. But he doesn't have strategy. He doesn't know the route to enter the city. See, now let me tell you something. The difference between where you are and where you are going is strategy. And I want to introduce to you that even your strategy requires a strategy for you to break through in 2024. A man came, come and pay tax. He doesn't have money. He sent someone, go to the river, throw your hook into the ocean. The first fish you will catch, open its mouth, you see a coin. So the money you are looking for is in the mouth of the fish. It may not be a literal fish like fishing on at the river. If that fish today may be a man, that fish today may be a woman. And let me tell you something, if you don't have the skill of how to get the hook, apply the principle of the bait, throw it inside the ocean, you will never magnet that man to your direction. You cannot magnet that woman in your direction. So when we're talking about goal setting and all that, you will take something result driven that will make people to be attracted to you. If you take a bare hook, no fish will come to the hook. Do you agree with me? Yes. Millipede or a bait, when they see the hook, it will make them to come. Alright? So you must have something. And let me add to this. I said, please don't go through life empty. Because what the bribe, that's how I will go through life. The scripture said that the gift of a man maketh room for him. The word gift means bribe. The bribe of a man opens ways for him. Alright? So in life you must have something. If you don't have something, there's no way for you, there's nothing for you. Alright? Let me give you one more scriptural illustration. Jesus was now accusing the disciples and the public, things in the public. It got to a point. They were worried. Why is this man teaching in parable? So when they came inside the house, they asked him, why is it that you are teaching in parable? If you come inside, you will explain the parable to us. But in the open, you are speaking in parable. The people there are not understanding what you are saying. Why are you doing like that? He said, it is given to you to understand the secrets of the kingdom, but not to them. In other words, by implication, that now the disciples were his own people, so he has the right to explain to them. But he doesn't have the right to explain to them. Look at how he rounded it up. He said, to him who have, more should be given to him. But he who doesn't have, even what he has, should be taken from him. So everything you are doing in life, strive to have, because it's a divine principle. No one way can more. But when you are more, and broken. And now that scriptural principle of to him who has, more will be given. But he who doesn't have, even what he has should be taken. He's not talking about money. He's talking about knowledge. He's talking about knowledge. Because here that Jesus was teaching in parable. And they wanted explanation. So it means he was talking about knowledge. So by explanation, the meaning of that teaching was Jesus is saying, only when knowledge, bless you with more knowledge. But when they want knowledge, you will confuse where they are. That's what he said. To him who doesn't have, even what he has will be taken. It means the little knowledge you have, when you come under him, he will confuse you the more. Okay? Because his people deserve the explanation, but these other people deserve confusion. So if you are going through the pathway of life, endeavor to have something to give. Because when you will come to the door of reckoning for life, you can see, I lift up your head, oh you gate, how can you pay your ticket? Knowledge will become your ticket to the next level. So I'm asking us a question this afternoon. What do you know? What do you know that can be the biggest changer for you? And now let me tell you, in 2014, Microsoft changed their manager, right? So the new manager was going office by office, inspecting the working activities of the workforce. We notice this particular staff about 9 a.m. every morning, in a sleeping position. He was wired. The manager queried himself, how can somebody as young as this be sleeping? He want attention, now you people have given me attention. That's the biggest currency there is. If you are able to get the attention of people, you can make money. You can create wealth. Because knowledge creates awareness, but community creates wealth. So the biggest thing that can give you money in the 21st century is to command the attention of people. Because wealth lies in community. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So as we are moving from here with the whole euphoria of the celebration, I want to know whatever you are doing, build a network around your business. All right. Since we are people of work, I mean, there are three kinds of work that you have to lay hold on to prosper in this industry. The first kind of work is called hard work. What did I say? The first work is called hard work. Hard work has to take your physical strength, okay, to produce results. Are you with me? So you have to engage your physical labor in order to produce effectiveness and efficiency. Now the next kind of work is what? Smart work. Smart work is a soft work. Another name for smart work is soft work. While you have to engage in hard labor, soft or smart work is your intelligence and your brilliance that do it. There are people I give advice and they pay me millions. Just advice. Somebody calls me on phone and say, Barrister, how do I do this? How do I do that? I navigate and the person pays me every month. I didn't do labor, but I use my soft skill and smart work to earn. So most times, what hard work cannot give you, smart work will give it to you. That's why you need to develop your mental capacity. That's why you need to go for knowledge. Because everyone is general. If you don't have any knowledge in the future, the world will leave you behind. The world will leave you behind. The third kind of work is called network. The third kind of work is network. We have talked about hard work. We have talked about smart work. We are talking about network. Now, it is your network that will determine your net worth. It is your network that will determine your net worth. And this network we are talking about is where the business world rises and falls. Relationship, network, who you know and who knows you. Alright? In Abakaliki, I was able to give them fundamental principles. The percentage that governs who you know, who knows you, and the work you have to do as a hard work. And please let me also announce to you, okay? What you know, as powerful as it is, I've talked about knowledge. As powerful as knowledge is, it will only contribute to 10% of what you become in life. Name and name professor will only give you 10% of your success. Now, who you know and who knows you will give you 40%. Okay? So, and then the other 40%, of course, comes by the other side of the network. Who you know and who knows you. That's 40-40. So it's very, very important that you should focus on building network intentionally. And when you find out emotional bank accounts, okay, the commercial banks out there, there's something called the banking system of the emotion. Anytime you need it, you are opening an account in their life. Kiss a J bank, a J account. So you can make withdrawal and deposit in the life of individuals you meet. So what I'm telling you this is in your journey to go setting an actualization, make that intentional with relating with people you meet. Because if you offend someone, you have made withdrawal in their life. If you add value to their life, you have made deposit. Some of you wonder why you have big people, big uncles and relations. They say, how many 50,000? They will tell you they don't have, but you know they are worth billions. Why? Because you don't have any deposit in their life. If you go to the bank to get a withdrawal when you don't have a deposit, you get a bounce check. So some of you have been getting a bounce response from people you know because you don't have a reprisal network system. We call it connectors economy. So you must learn how to intentionally go to people looking for values to give to them, not favors to seek from them. Some of you is what people will do for you, that's why you go to them. That's why people are running away from you. If you live here today intentionally, learn how to lobby, learn how to meet people looking for what to contribute to them, what to give to them, rather than what they will give to you. It will help you change your life. The first time I was privileged to meet with President Jonathan before he left office was because I did a favor for a House of Assembly member. He took my phone number. I didn't know. All right, Jonathan needed 27 youths who were into active engagement. January 2015, the man was called, bring 27 young people from all over Nigeria. The man called my phone number. Will you be ready to go to Abuja? I didn't know he was telling me to Asoro Villa. I said, why not? He even gave me 2 other slots. I brought my friends. We went there. I dined with who is who in the country, and we were given Transformational Ambassadors Award 2015 because of what I did. Do you know, even as a priest, I sow seeds to politicians. Because what I have told you, that word, your gift, make it way, means your bribe, your lobby, create room. So when you meet people, intentionally seek to build a valuable relationship with them. Nia Adesoya, my mentor in public speaking, wrote a book titled The Speaker. The then wife of Fashola, who sent him message, the guy will go. He has never asked anything from Her Excellency for 4 years of their relationship. After he published the book, The Speaker, the woman bought 4,000 copies. I hope you know by then it was being sold for 15,000. The woman bought 4,000 copies and distributed for free. He would have made more money from Her Excellency protecting that book than anything. So seek to serve in your relationship. Seek to serve. If you do it, it will take your relationship and whatever you do to the next level. And now let me add this also. Instead of waiting and praying for God to bless your business, start a business that God is already blessing. Don't go and sit back and start praying for God to bless your business. Every business God is already blessing. One of them is real estate. Why? Because if you trace back to Eden, the first thing God gave to man was land. That is the principal factor of production. So this is a business that you are in the right place. Can you put your hands together for yourself? Yes. So don't be in a haste to leave. Sit back, sit down, develop capacity, build your network, build your team, and then take a flight. It's very, very important. Are we together at this point? Yes. Good. All right. Let me talk about the 80-20 rule. In your journey to building your goals and actualizing them, and we found out what the 80-20 principle. The 80-20 principle simply means not about 20% of your efforts that will give you the 80% result in a turn of one. Let me explain it to you. You may not understand it. Here now be very powerful. Everything in a minute work from the time I'm to the time I got. This principle says not just 20% of your effort, 20% of it. Be that result you at the end of the day. 20. So you have exerted 100% effort, 100% labor. This principle says if you divide the other labor by 100% or 20% of it, you only get the result you at the end of the day. So what this principle says is become more critical. Sit back and study your effort. Identify those 20% effort, save yourself the other stress so that you can achieve the 80% result at the end of the day. Time will fail us. This is not a coaching session. I would have given you line by line prerequisite of how to identify the 20%. This is what produces smart workers. You don't stress yourself. From the comfort of your room, plot down activities that will give you 80% of the result you are looking for. Why? Because you become critical with your decision. You become critical with your goals. You don't just come out in the morning. No, you must sit down, study your goals, okay? Fix your targets, set up your plans. Because we said that goals are dreams with deadlines. Put the deadlines to them, and then you read it up. So that as you are growing with God directing your step, you are achieving 80% of it with less effort. So this principle simply says, with less, you can achieve more. Oh yeah. With less, you can achieve more. The companies are consulted for. Some of them have labored. Okay. When we were driving in, I told somebody said, GEO lives there. I said, it's my boss. GEO group of company was having a certain level of struggle at a certain point. It was My firm that consulted for them, if you go, the company tripled from where they used to be to here. Because you have to add element of smart work to what you are doing so that you can scale. All right? So even in real estate now, we are bringing artificial intelligence into real estate. Okay? Some people are here in an analog way. But now, there are cloud computing factors we have introduced into the system that can make you comfortably convince somebody in India and China to buy from you without not wanting to see the property, not wanting to come to Nigeria. Because smart work, it brings creative, innovative tendencies and make your job to become easy. So with this 80-20 rule, you will simply reduce the number of work you put in, but will not affect your output at the end of the day. Now check and work something. Since we are talking about goal setting and actualization, there's something about your subconscious mind. Sometimes, as a human being, if you set goal, at the end of the day, sometimes you discover that you were not able to achieve that goal the way you set it. What I'm saying is far from the truth. Okay, sometimes as human being, you set a goal, and at the end of the day, you discover that you did not even achieve half. Sometimes you achieve more than half. Now, there's a role that your subconscious mind plays in your goal setting. I just wish that we value what I'm just saying. There's something I want to tell us now. Now, your subconscious mind can deceive you in your goal setting. Listen carefully. This is where your desires come into play. If you set a goal that you want to achieve $100,000 by December 2024, by the time you match April, something in you, the Johnny now by 7 months, 8 months before, and I have not even achieved $20,000. How will I achieve $100,000? Here may be a possibility. That thing in you that started bringing fright, what if voice is your subconscious. Now that your subconscious mind is built in you to shake you, and once your subconscious mind shakes you, it will shift you away from your goal. Okay, now let me say this. Your goal setting is not complete until it is written down. Because okay, I will come to that. The power of writing your goals down. Let me finish this part. When your subconscious mind frightens you and shakes you, and you entertain fear in your mind, whether that goal will be realizable or not, it will come down to your desire. Your desire will now create this self-absorbing shock. Come on, reduce target $100,000 to $50,000. The moment you say, okay, because now there was a humanly feasible to achieve that thing we were in the beginning, you want to tear to $50,000. The moment your desire propels you to do that, you have created an alternate goal, and your goal will not come to pass, both the first one and the second one. That is the sabotage that your subconscious mind will do to you in your journey to goal setting and actualization. Here now, this is assuming if we come to the coaching board, I'll give you line by line. If you follow what I'm teaching you, there is no goal you will write down that you will not achieve by 80%. Because life is an art, is also a science. Success is predictable, failure is also predictable. So when you start it, we know you will end at the finish line. Alright? So every human being now here, all of us started January, believing now it will reach a certain financial threshold. Everybody. But always some people now go February. Your desire is sabotaging you to reducing that threshold. Because humanly speaking, you think you may not be able to actualize it. Once there's a conflict between your subconscious mind and your desire, you will create an alternate goal. And once you create an alternate goal, you will have no goal actualization in the first place. And now let me tell you what will happen. Anytime your subconscious mind deceives you into having this, rather than creating an alternative goal, create a more elongated plan for the actualization. Don't reduce it. If you reduce it, you will not achieve anything. It is a life hack. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You will not attempt to reduce that goal. You will just increase your timeline. There's nothing wrong with it. If it was December make it June 2025. It is safer than to do what? Renege on your threshold. It is not wisdom to renege on your threshold. Okay? You must learn how to what? Not have a conflict with your desire so that you can achieve your goal at the end of the day. Now get what this important part of it. I hope we're not distracted. Get this important part of it. When you are frightened by your subconscious mind, you can either buy it or leave it. Now let me tell you something. Fear in your head will not stop you from achieving results. Some people, when they become afraid, they will think that there's no need to move ahead, that there's no way ahead. Now let me say something. If you have writing material, you can write it down. Faith in your heart will work irrespective of the fear in your head. Let me say it again. Faith in your heart will work irrespective of the fear in your head. Faith in your heart will work irrespective of the fear in your head. Let me interpret it. If you have confidence in your heart, in the process, that fear that came in the process will not stop what you are doing because of the confidence in your heart. The most important thing that will lead to your success is what is in your heart, not what is in your head. But when you allow the fear to take over your heart, that's when you are stopped. Because I said this, permit me to say this. We learn more from failure than from success. And I encourage people, instead of being in excuse, choose to be in failure. Because you learn more from failure than success. You can move from failure to success, but you cannot move from excuse to success. Or in the business parameter, all excusers are liars. Let me say it again. I think I'm saying big things. Are we understanding what I'm saying? In the business environment, all excusers are liars. There are people who are given to excuse. They have explanations why they didn't do things. If you are not committed to goal setting, you will be committed to excuse. And all excusers in the environment of business, they are liars. Because that is a cheat, a liar cheat on you. Don't allow yourself. Anybody who is given to excuse is given to procrastination. This morning, next tomorrow. Procrastination is the grave where many opportunities are buried. But I will give you a life hack how to conquer procrastination. How many of you want to know? You want to know? Because procrastination, most people are victims of procrastination. Very simple. If you want to conquer procrastination, you must strive to turn your should do into your must do. Then you conquer procrastination. Let me say it again. Please give me your ears. Some people do well at deadline. Open us now in the next 5 minutes, but deadline in the year. You will be at your best to give your best to achieve that thing because opening in the year in 5 minutes, it will be the deadline. So that part of you that wears you to be at the emergency situation to do your best because of that deadline, adopt it as your normal day-to-day lifestyle. Turn every situation into emergency. Even if you're supposed to do it in the next 6 months, do it as if it's an emergency. Because once you turn your should do, what you should do, into what you must do, every minute of the day, then you have defeated procrastination. It's very simple. If you attach emergency protocol to everything you have to do, to your action plans, to your goals, to your targets, if you add emergency protocol towards them, then you have defeated procrastination. Because you have that in you that wants to make it a must. How do you achieve it? Get accountability partners. There are apps now on Play Store you need to download. They will supervise you and mentor you in achieving your goals. We are in a global stage. Don't stay. Every morning, you want somebody to come and motivate you. You can use apps on your phone. Alright? I say motivation does not last. It's like taking bait. Every morning you wake up, you have to take your bait. So every morning you wake up, you don't motivate yourself, you will lose motivation. I say nobody will tell you to make yourself, except you tell yourself to look at yourself and make yourself. because you are your perfect brand of motivation. In your journey to goal setting and actualization, you must beat your chest and buy this. Now, let me talk about writing it down so that we'll summarize. It's not a long session. Every goal you have made without writing it down will not come to pass. My Buddha said that a short pencil is better than a long memory. Some of you, your problem is that you think it's yours, you heard it and you think it's yours. Now, nothing is yours until you own it. There is difference between head knowledge and heart knowledge. Heart knowledge is called cardionosis. Cardionosis, knowledge of the heart. Most times, we lose on knowledge because we hear something for the first time and we think that it is already ours. When we walk away from that place, we lose it. When we walk away from that place, we discover that we never owned it in the first place. So there's something I wrote down. I think I have to make reference to that. Okay? So, I said, when you write down your goals, you will engage or activate what is called a psycho-neuromotor activities within your subconscious. And when you find out about a psycho-neuromotor activity in your subconscious, what it does, if in you or in every human being, is that it draws the forces of life to back you up once you write down that goal. The forces of nature will begin to back you up to implementing that goal at that point. But open all the ECD, there is nothing that is assisting you in implementing it. When you engage the psycho-neuromotor activity in you, guess what? The next thing is that you will activate your visual power. You will activate what you are seeing because there's a goal that will be written down. It will expand what you see. The next thing is that it will expand your audio powers. Alright? And then it will expand your kinesthetic powers. The ability to do. That's the last part of it. The ability to do. Then you become an action-oriented person. Most of the people we know only act from wishful thinking. All right? They just want to achieve this. They want to achieve this. They have no real power to commit to its actualization. That's why we have about 2% of the world to be controlled by billionaires. 2% of the world populations are billionaires that rule the other 98%. 98%. All right? Let me ask you a question. Do you know what 1 billion naira is? We're not talking about dollars. Do you know what 1 billion naira is? If you spend 1 million every day out of 1 billion, if you are giving 1 billion, if you choose to spend 1 million naira every day in 1 billion, after 2 years, you will still have change remaining. If you own 1 billion naira and you spend 1 million every day inside it, after 2 years, you still have change. If you have 1 billion and you spend 50,000 in it every day, it will take you 15 years to finish it. So, do you know why some of these men at the top wants to do everything? Some of them have sleepless nights. They don't sleep. I interviewed one of them. He said he sleep only 4 hours every day. I was privileged to be in Dangote's office once, about 4 years ago. There's a card-holding image in his desk written, "All things are possible to him that believe." Probably you are a Christian. It's in your Bible. But he's a Muslim. But he understands it's a principle. And it works. It can work for anybody. All things are possible to him that believe. As I'm summarizing, I want to challenge you. What do you believe? What is your belief? What is the stretching of your belief? There is no limitation to what you can achieve. I want to summarize with this theory or theoretical illustration. I hope you're with me. The tortoise was in a heated argument with the squirrel.